Are you a fan of dinosaurs? Because this is the video for you. I'm about to go see dinosaur fossils right here in Massachusetts. In the town of Holyoke in 1836, they identified fossils belonging to something like 200 different types of dinosaurs, just 8 years after the term dinosaur was even coined. There's a park here in the town of Holyoke. I'm gonna go check it out. It's a beautiful, gloomy, overcast day for this kind of adventure. All right, here we go, and there's a barrier here. What does this mean? Closed, no parking? I'll be fine parking here. A couple of cars pulled in right behind me, so follow the leader, you know. According to that sign, this part of the Connecticut River Valley was in the tropics 200 million years ago during the Jurassic era. It was all kind of a swampy, silty wetland. It still is right now. Like, the banks of the Connecticut River are like quicksand. They're so sedimentary. But there's a short trail down from this parking lot that takes you to, I guess, the most scenic vista. So it's that hard-pressed granite or shale, whatever it is. Lots of oddities in it, but hey, look at this. There's definitely something here that resembles a giant foot, like on the right-hand side. And if you go up, there's another one, triangle shape right here with that big toe in the middle. I guess that's a footprint. You can definitely see the walking pattern. Here's another one of those giant footprints. You can see how huge it is. Like, this is the front toe, the middle toe, that got to be like 10 inches long. And there's a second toe right here and a third toe right over there. Kind of another one right there as well. Must have been a huge animal. If that's really a footprint, that animal was gigantic. It's mind-blowing to think that there was so much more life on Earth 600 million years ago than there is now. There's also a bunch of like little patterns, those trilobites, I guess, with all the little spiny bones in them. Here's what I mean. I'm not sure how well you can see it in the video, but this is like a trilobite, spines or something. There's like another one over here. There's actually hundreds of these. There's another of the three-toe Bigfoot type things. Whatever that thing was, there's another right there. That was clearly the dominant animal here. I think right here I found the most visible footprints yet. See the big three-toe thing right there? It's larger than my foot, slightly. Here's another one right there. I wonder how big a pace that is. So this is how long this dinosaur would be stretching. I don't know if it was standing or walking or running, but way more than I can handle. This thing must have been taller than me. You know what? I think that's the dinosaur right there. There's our culprit. He's right in front of me. Those big three-toed monsters are theropods. Could be any of 200 different types of theropods that trotted around in the mud here. According to the website, the reason there's so much exposed shale here is because of all these outflows, these runoffs built for US Route 5, which runs from New Haven to Stansted, Canada. Yeah, it exposed all of this stuff. There's supposedly some more like fish remains and stuff down here closer to the river. I'm gonna try to find that. There's a lot of beautiful patterns in the granite right down here by the riverbed. It's hard for me to say if any of it looks like a fish. I think it's just been so eroded over 200 million years that it's all just, you know, patterns and stuff. But apparently those large footprints are from a species called Eubrontes. I looked it up. Holyoke is just like a beautiful topography and geography. With the Connecticut River here, you can see there's actually exposed palisades over on the other side of the river and some really rich assholes over there. But yeah, this is a beautiful city. Too bad it's so troubled. There's actually a beautiful park just a few miles south of here that was supposed to be a rival to New York's Central Park, designed by the same guy, Olmsted. I think I might go there next. There's some beautiful ruins there. Okay, now I'm not sure. Is this the exit? Yes. No, this is the entrance. All right. What a confusing route. So there was a massive park planned in Holyoke called Anniversary Park. It only existed for about, I don't know, 20 or 30 years. Then they built the interstate highway system that cut it off from the rest of the city. Now the only way to access it is by parking at this dog park. and going through a little tunnel to the other side. You can grill here. It would be fun to do a meal prep here. It's a beautiful park, but you might want to bring a dog with you if you're gonna come here. When I was parking, a lady asked me where my dog was. Yeah, I guess if you don't bring a dog with you, they'll give you the business. But the highway totally cut it off. That's the only place you can park. Like I said, this place was popular from roughly 1940 to 1960. Then the highway sealed it off. But you know, in a way, the highway made it, like, returned it to nature, really. It creates this impassable wall. So it's a double-edged sword. She said, "Where's your dog?" I had no idea what she was talking about. I thought she was having like a schizo episode or something. She looked like a German librarian who's like a stickler for the rules. Does that make any sense? Kind of an awkward encounter. Still though, I'm having a good time here. I'm walking towards Scott Tower, but I see now there is a second tower in the park. A huge AT&T thing right here. So it's still pretty much left exactly the same way I remember it, maybe a little bit more graffiti. It's actually a beautiful tower right here, like the architecture of it. I wonder if you can still go up it. Let's take a look. You can go up it if you dare. I'll take you guys up. All right, let's see what I can do. Yeah, not a lot of much here, just some rebar. Okay, I'm just gonna go all the way, guys. We'll see how far I get. You can see the condition of these steps. Let's see. Uh-oh, stairs are starting to get really deteriorated. Yeah, I'm almost at the top, though. I know there's rebar in there, so I'm sure it can support my weight. Oh, I think I may have made it, guys. I think it might be here. Yeah, let's take a look. Beautiful 360-degree view right here. That's downtown Holyoke. I'll zoom in a bit on that. But first, I want to take a zoom on that. That's Mount Tom. Mount Tom is a great hiking mountain. I actually took an ex-girlfriend there, and we had a fight on the mountain, and I broke up with her later that evening. Never spoke to her again, so that mountain is a little bit haunted to me. I've never been back to it since then. We have great chemistry too. I miss her. You can see the Holyoke skyline down below. Holyoke is a really interesting city. It was the first planned city. It was designed to be like a giant machine for paper making. They built these long canals just lined with paper mills. At its heyday, I think 80% of the paper produced in North America came out of Holyoke. Something ridiculous like that. Since then, though, after the Great Depression and World War II, the mills just declined, and it's become Massachusetts' like highest crime rate city. I actually went down there once. I want to do a video about the canal system, and someone came over and actually warned me to turn back. So yeah, I never tried again. It's too bad because those canals are really interesting. I'll do a video about them someday. And now for the slow descent. It's actually somewhat easier coming up, I think, because you can use your hands more. Okay, so there's an entire stair missing right there. Definitely don't want to put my foot in that. I'll just skip to the next one. There we go. I think there's a few more of those. A few last missing steps, but thankfully I am out. There's a third and final park in Holyoke I want to hit called the Old Trolley Line Conservation Area. It's only about 15 minutes from here. I thought I'd go see what it's all about. Never been there. It's a beautiful drive to this Old Trolley Line Conservation Area. You go right up and over Mount Tom. An interesting tour of East Hampton. Very quaint looking little town. Now, I think this is where I park, right in the side of the road. How cool is this? An old trolley line trail, long and straight, and a perfect day to walk something like this. There's a great info board here about the history of this trail. It was originally a canal, and then when trains made canals obsolete in the late 1840s, they turned it into a rail. And it became a trolley line in 1895 until the 1930s when Smith College bought it, turned it into a horse path. It was turned into a public park just about 20 years ago, not that long ago, and it goes by this beautiful farm right here. You know, they have a little pamphlet here. How cute would it be to be part of a community like East Hampton and just like tending to this stuff as your volunteer work? I would love to do something like that. That direction dead-ended in someone's backyard. It was a very jarring way to end the path. So I'm turning around and going in the other direction. I notice it attaches to Arcadia Wildlife Sanctuary. That's the conservation land around the big oxbow in the Connecticut River, made famous by a Thomas Cole painting. There's a decent selection of trails here. I'd like to come back in the spring, but in the interest of time, I just want to get as close to the oxbow as possible, which I think is right at the end of this little offshoot. Oh, look at this beautiful land we are coming across right here. Here is the oxbow. Look, it is all semi-flooded, and there is what appears to be remains of the train bridge that used to go through here right across the way. That is very cool. How beautiful is all of this, man? I've got boat fever. I want to get my kayak, Moby Dick, out of storage. I could totally drag it down that trolley line, disembark right here, go over that island over there with the ruins of the old train infrastructure, and just spend an afternoon doing some exploration. Make a video about it. Yeah, I've got a plan. That's going to have to wait for warmer weather, though. It's still getting dark, a little too early for my standards. I can't do anything more tonight. I'm going to meet up with my friends. We're going to do a fire tonight, but I wanted to do some errands today on top of all the video stuff. Like, I definitely need to get water, and I was hoping to clean my car. So I'm gonna make a skedaddle. Let's see what I can do. Sometimes Google directions just really surprises you. It took me on some roads I've never taken before through western Massachusetts. Montgomery, Huntington, East Hampton, West Hampton. I didn't even know we had a West Hampton. It was a beautiful blue, lukewarm but very windy twilight tonight out there by the fire with my friends. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear that. It's blowing the van right now back and forth. Not sure it's going to be so windy tomorrow, but it is going to be like in the 50s for, well, hopefully for the rest of spring. Hopefully warmer than that. I got the hiking bug today doing those Holyoke parks. I just want to get out there. I want to get up to New Hampshire, do some hikes up there as well. For now, I'm going to go to bed. I think my next video will probably be another hiking adventure. I'm not sure. I might have some more news about work and stuff, so stick around for that. I'm going to eat this banana and call it a night. Thanks for watching. Peace out.